Hi folks, back on a different day. This is mini concert number 110. I was sorry I couldn't post the birthday video for Beverly. It didn't work out to another site, but I'll do it again someday. So here's a song by a fellow from Scotland. I learned it at Duke University. Yellow is the color of my true love's hair. In the morning when we rise, in the morning when we rise, that's the time, yes, that's the time I love the best. Blue is the color of the sky, in the morning when we rise, in the morning when we rise, that's the time, yes, that's the time I love the best. Green is the color of the sparkling corn, in the morning when we rise, in the morning when we rise, that's the time, yes, that's the time I love the best. Mellow is a feeling that I get when I see her. When I see her, oh yes, that's the time, oh that's the time I love the best. Freedom is a word I rarely use without thinking. Without thinking. Oh yeah, about the time that I was loved. Yellow is the color of my true love's hair. In the morning when we rise, in the morning when we rise, that's the time, oh that's the time I love the best. That's Colors by Donovan. Next up is the Bob Dylan song. Some people have called this his anthem for change. That the waters round you have grown, and accepted that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, well, you better start swimming, or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are changing. Keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. And there's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a-changing. From senators and congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall. For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalls. There's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly fading. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing. Well, the line it is drawn and the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be past, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly changing, and the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are changing. So that's Bob Dylan's "The Times They're Changing." And they certainly are, as they always will. This song is something I first heard down at the cellar door on 34th Street down in Georgetown. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. If our good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. I think I'll go out to Alberta. The weather's good there in the fall. I've got some friends that I can go to working for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind if I asked you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. If our good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Well, if I get there before the snow flies, but things are going good, well, you could meet me if I sent you down the Theyre. But by then it would be winter, not too much for you to do, and those winds sure can blow cold up there. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. If our good times are all gone, then I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. So that's excuse me, Four Strong Winds by Ian and Celia, French-Canadian folk singing group. Next up is a song by, well, it's a song by a lot of people actually. It's a medley. It's what I call my Oh Boy Medley. All of my love and all of my kissing, you don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were for me. All of my life I've been awaiting, tonight there'll be no hesitating, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were for me. Well, the stars appear in the shadow of the fall. You can hear my heart call, and a little bit of love makes the happy memory right. I want to see my baby tonight. All of my love, all of my kissing, you don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were for me. Well, rock and roll is here to stay, it will never die. It was meant to be that way, oh I don't know why. I don't care what people say, rock and roll is here to stay. Rock and roll is really cool, I dig it to the end. It'll go down in history, oh just you watch my friend. Rock and roll will always be, it'll go down in history. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Well, they said you was high class, but that was just a lie. Well, they said you was high class, but that was just a lie. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. All of my love and all of my kisses, you don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, the world can see that you were for me. So that's the Oh Boy Medley. I thought that was like a blast from the past and just for us older folks. But I did that at an open mic about 2 weeks ago with a group of young people, and they were clapping their hands and singing along, so they know all those old songs too. Okay, so the next one up is Sky's the Limit, I guess. A song by a fellow by the name of Patrick Sky. This is called the Separation Blues, and at the height of the COVID stuff, it morphed into the COVID-19 blues, but these days I'm back to the original. Mama's in the kitchen, Papa's in the home. Mama's in the kitchen, Papa's in the home. Mama's in the kitchen, Papa's in the home. They don't talk to each other at all because they got the separation blues. Well, you see that fly crawling up the wall. See that fly crawling up the wall. See that fly crawling up the wall. Well, he don't talk to Mrs. Spider at all because they got the 19 blues. Well, I just shifted into the COVID-19 blues, but I didn't mean to. When you can go, baby, out of bed, he's not treating you nice. When you feel mistreated, well, buddy, take my advice. You better leave that woman, leave her quick. Leave that woman and leave her quick. Leave that woman, leave her quick. Or you must gonna have you up on the stick. Better to leave than to get the separation blues. Well, Adam ate the apple, believed it deep. the apple that Eve did thieve. Adam ate the apple that Eve did thieve. When the Lord said, Adam, you better leave, then you get separation blues. Well, the very last words that John the Baptist said, the very last words that John the Baptist said, the very last words John the Baptist said, before he ran out and lost his head, better leave than to get separation blues. When you kick your baby out of bed, she's not treating you nice. When you feel mistreated, well, buddy, take my advice. You better leave that woman, leave her quick. You better leave that woman and leave her quick. Leave that woman, leave her quick. Oh, you know she's gonna have you up on a stick. It's better to leave than to get separation blues. Yeah, it's better to leave than to get the separation blues. So that's the Separation Blues. And the next one is going back to my first love in music, Celtic music. This one is a song most often performed in the Celtic clubs. I like to have that drum going around counting. I played the Wild Rover for many a year, and I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. And now I'm returning for the golden great store, and I never will play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Well, I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent. Well, I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. For a custom like yours, we could have any day. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. So then I pulled from me pockets 4 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, sir, we have whiskies, wines of the best, and the words that I spoke, sir, were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I went home to me family, confessed what I'd done, and I asked them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they caressed me like oft times before, sure I never would play that Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. So that's the Wild Rover, and that's Mini Concert 110. Sorry about shifting the days on you. I'll see you next week, Wednesday night, 7:30.